Talked about it.
Snowfall.
Yes.
We got to show the whole story.
Since the time that I've invested, the money I've collected is just starting to balance out. Okay, who's your boss? Niggas know we heavy in the game. What's the count? Out the front, it hustling with no days out. Nah, this is not stunting really.
Hey guys, this is Corey, one half of the Rolling Humidor, and we are on PSSITA Podcast. If you don't remember what PSSITA Podcast means, it's put some smoke in the air. And today, this episode is going to be a little different because I don't have my co-host with me today, but I have a wonderful, great, this is going to be an inspirational podcast. So, no further ado, I have a young man here by the name of Freeway Rick Ross.
What's up, my man?
How you doing?
I'm good.
I'm going to tell you like this. I reached out to your people in 2024 to see about making this happen, and I'm glad I was in the right place for you to be on the show.
Yeah. You know what happens? My social following is so big that sometimes, my people they can get lost in it.
Right.
You know,
right.
I used to get mad at them. Like, man, you can't keep up with. And then I tried to do it myself one day, and I said, you know what? I'm just gonna get on here and I'm gonna answer all the messages that I get on social media, and it's endless. You know, when you get up to 400,000 or 500,000 followers,
ain't no way.
You know, it gets. I spent a whole day,
right.
Doing it, and I was like, wow, I can't do nothing but this. So,
right.
I ain't so hard on them no more.
Okay, yeah, I mean, that's a lot of people, But yeah, man, we can go dive straight in. But I know a lot of folks know him as Freeway Rick Ross. I know him as Dr. Ross.
Yeah.
When did that come about?
I got my doctorate about 2 years ago.
Okay.
I think. But yeah, year and a half, 2 years ago. I'm doing so much. It'd be so hard for me to keep up with all of the stuff that I got going on.
Dope.
You know, I'm trying to live my life to the fullest.
Yeah.
You know, I understand, that we got a limited amount of time.
Yes.
To be on this planet, and if you don't get it in, you'll take that shit to the grave with you.
Yes.
And that's what I don't want to do. I want to get it all out.
Because I know one thing, when I was searching online, you're a big family man.
Yeah.
You love your kids. We all love our kids, but
I love my babies.
You love your babies.
Yeah.
And how was that?
It was good. I got to talk to both of them yesterday. The two youngest ones, the older oones, we talk once in a while, but
okay.
they got their own thing. But the two young ones called me yesterday. My son, he lost in his trial for the tennis team.
Okay.
He didn't beat his first match.
Okay.
So he was a little down about that.
Okay.
And we talked about it for about 15 minutes. But I told him you just got to work harder.
Right.
Sometimes it ain't the better player don't always win in the beginning.
Right.
Sometimes you got to come back, and do it better. So it was good.
Okay, cool. Let me ask you this question: what actually brought you down here to Nashville? I know there's a big event going on.
Yeah, we got a boxing match tonight with Country Box, Jimmy Adams. One of the things that I thought about when I was in jail, we was in Vegas and Don King came up to the table and he shook everybody's hand at the table. It was a Morgan Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard fight.
Okay.
When I was sitting in jail writing my book, and I thought about what would have happened if I would have told Don King that I had $3 million, and I would have been willing to give him the $3 million to teach me boxing.
Okay.
Where would my life had it went different?
Right.
And this was before he had Mike Tyson.
Right.
It was before, what's the little Spanish guy name? I can't.
Pacquiao.
Not Pacquiao, because Don didn't have Pacquiao. It was, what's his name? The guy that made all that money. I can't think of his name right now. It'll come to me later. I got so much on my mind. But anyway, I thought about that, and I was like, if you'd have been with Don King.
The Golden Boy?
No, not the Golden Boy, not De La Hoya.
Okay.
But he probably would have had a lot of those had I been on his team, because I would have been out there on the streets. I'd have been the one, because I'll pound the streets.
Okay.
I don't mind pounding the streets and and meeting people, just like I'm gonna do for Jimmy now.
Right.
So Jimmy is the one that brought me in. He's like, man, I'll take you in. I'll teach you the game.
Okay.
Because I asked Floyd to teach me the game too. You know, when I got out of prison, I thought that I would have been able to do that with Floyd Mayweather. You know, he picked me up when I got out the halfway house, and we did the video and whatnot. And I was hoping that he would have opened the door for me to let me into the boxing game, because you know, when I got out, I didn't know what I was gonna do really.
Right.
I mean, I had a plans. You know, I had plans, but you know, plans get detoured when shit get tough.
Exactly.
And you know, I came out during a tough time. I don't know if you watched my documentary or not.
I have.
Cracking the System.
Yes.
Well, you saw when my mom lost her house.
Yes.
So that was a tough time for me. I had 2 kids. I just had my babies then too. You know,
weren't you living out of an abandoned building or
one
something?
of my partners was managing a building, and they had a vacant apartment, and he let us stay in there for a few months.
Okay.
But had it not been for that, you know, I would have been homeless.
Right. Okay.
I'd have been sleeping in the car or something, you know.
Right. And how old were your children then?
They was both babies, you know.
Oh, wow.
I think one might have been like a year and some change maybe, and the other one was just born. You know, my daughter was just, she was just born.
Okay.
So we was kind of, you know, doing.
Doing whatever you can to get by.
Yep.
Now, since I said that. Hey guys, my name is Corey. I'm one half of the Rolling Humidor. If you guys ever need any cigars for your special event, you can reach out to us at www.therollinghumidor.com or on Instagram, The Rolling Humidor. So, you know, when Joe Rogan said something about a T-shirt, talk to me about that.
I was mad, you know, because I come from a different, like, you know, where I come from, we looking for the guy who's gonna come up. We looking for the guy that's hungry, that's ready to grind, and I was ready for all that. You know what I'm saying? But also, I was also willing to take a hand up, you know, a boost, a kickstart. You know, I didn't have no problem because that's what I always did. When guys got out of prison, they would come to me. Hey man, I just got out of prison. Oh, hit 1,500. Go get you some clothes. Holler at me once you get clothes. Once you get settled, come holler at me. I'm giving them dope though. Yeah. You know, it's dope. Yeah. I ain't gonna tell you that it was.
Right.
But it was a way for them to get established.
Right.
You know, for them to start generating some money. And so when I came home, I don't know. I was expecting something like that. You know, I was expecting somebody to say, you know, like, man, this dude done helped millions of dollars. I can't trust him with 100,000. You know, I can't trust him with 50,000.
Right.
You know, I can't trust him with $1 million. I mean, he done helped millions before. You know, and for that not to happen, I was kind of like a little taken back. Right. But I was prepared for that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was prepared because I knew that anything is possible in life, you know. And one of my tennis coaches, Dr. Bouquet, he always told me, he said, hope for the best, but expect the worst. So when you go into life like that, you always, you know, ready to maneuver. So being homeless it didn't kill me.
Right. It actually made you strong.
So when I went to Joe's show, you know, I didn't know who Joe was.
Right.
But he knew who I was.
Right.
So I felt that if you had that much admiration, and then the only thing he knew about me is my dope hustling. Okay. Right? So you knew what type of business person I was in the dope game. And for you to call me to the show and want to talk to me and not be willing to give me a hand, you know, to get back where I once was, I thought was fucked up. Mm-hmm. You know, I thought it was like, what the fuck? I mean, even like with the rapper, like, well, fuck, I know you love me. I know how much admiration you had to have for me to name you. I ain't no fool. Now, everybody else out here might be fools and like, oh, well, dude just took the name. And no. When you take somebody's name, and call yourself that, and then you tattoo it on your hands. Come on, man, that's an admiration that's like crazy. That's a whole nother level. And then not to come and say, man, come on, man, I'm gonna give you a hand.
Right.
I ain't gonna see you do bad. Because a friend would never see a friend do bad.
Right.
You know, like I ain't gonna see none of my friends. You ain't got nowhere to you sleep on my floor next to my bed.
Right.
You know, you ain't gonna be sleeping in no car on the street. Not you my friend and I can help you.
So did you know Ross, the rapper?
I talked to him after they told me that he had took my name.
Wow.
I didn't even know he took my name. Because I had a book club in jail.
Okay.
See, what I did is and it's kind of selfish too, but I saw these young guys getting out. I wasn't getting out. But I see these young guys, they finna go home. Mm-hmm. So I done read all these books. I got all this new game. They think they finna go out and sell dope. No, little homie, come here. Show you this here. Go out, do your credit. Fix your credit like this here. Like one of my dudes, rest in peace, was the first one to get a dispensary in Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. I got little dudes that do real good in life. Some of them doing better than me because they working for a different purpose.
Right.
I do good right now, but I'm hooked on compound.
Everybody wants to level up.
So I keep taking mine and putting it on the hook and throwing it back in the water.
Right.
So I gotta wait to see when I'm gonna catch.
Right.
But you know, when it's in the water, it ain't yours no more.
Yours, right.
It's gone. So yeah. So when I went to Joe, I was expecting a hand up. Not a hand out because I don't take them. I ain't played the lottery. Never played the lottery because I don't want to win like that. Mm-hmm. That to me that would be like cheating. You win the lottery. You didn't do nothing. You took $100 and you played the lottery and you hit for $1 billion. I mean, it would be cool, but
I'll take it.
I mean, but it ain't like
you didn't work for it.
You didn't work for it. You didn't take no mental brain power to do that. Right. That's like anybody could get. Not anybody could get lucky because the odds of you winning is
right.
almost impossible.
Right. So you when you were incarcerated, was it about 300 books you read?
I read 300.
And you were considered as one of the jailhouse lawyers?
Yeah, I mean, I hung out. That's who I hung out with.
Okay.
We all hung out in the library, and when dudes would come through with certain cases, they would tell them, "Oh, Rick, no, if it was an entrapment case, they go talk to Rick." Right. Rick, no entrapment. He done read every entrapment case, because that's all I got to do. That was my way out of jail. Okay. Was through the law books.
What? Let's go back. I'm talking about to the beginning. I know what got you incarcerated, but how old when you first went in? Was it about
28?
20 years?
28.
Okay. You were 28.
Yeah, I was 28 years old when I went to jail.
Okay, and you did 20 years?
20 years, 2 bits with a 6-month break in between.
Okay. Did you have to do any type of probation afterwards, or
6 years probation?
And how long in the halfway house?
I did 5 months in the halfway house.
5 months. Okay. So with that being said, the time in the halfway house, don't you usually they say, hey, you got to go out and find you a job?
Yep, I did.
Okay, because I remember on one of your interviews, you said, I'll no longer go out and fill out an application.
No, I haven't never filled an application out. I've never filled an application out. So the job that I worked when I was in the halfway house was one of my friends who was, he was a movie distributor.
Okay.
He distributed independent film.
Gotcha.
So he gave me a job.
Gotcha.
So I could get out the halfway. It was only a job to get out the halfway house. Yeah.
Right.
So I would go and sit in his office all day, and I could talk on the phone. And,
right.
I could go down the street to the store and stuff like that there. If not, you had to sit in the halfway house.
Oh,
which is just like jail.
Or sit in there?
Yeah, or sit in the halfway house.
Wow.
So I didn't want to sit in the halfway house. I enjoyed the trips to the job, the trips from the job. All that was like, because you've been sitting in jail for X amount of time, so you don't want to sit. Like right now, I love traveling, people say, man, you always traveling. Yeah, I love it because I ain't sitting around, you know. So I stay on airplanes. You know, my boy said, man, you use Southwest like an Uber.
Okay, since you said that, when you go to all these different airports, your face is everywhere. I mean, I know you're constantly having people come up to you.
Pictures.
Yeah. How do you like that?
I love it.
Okay.
I love it. You know, a lot of times people be a little scared to come up and talk to you. You know, and tell you what they, I mean, you know, people, I mean, I got stories, so many stories.
Well, and it's funny you say that because one of, I won't say any names, but one of ex NFL player, like I say, I'm a cigar guy. So, you know, I'm always in the cigar lounges. So I'm like, when you come to a cigar lounge, you're coming at it as relaxed, chill. I'm like, man, that's such and such right there. I want to go up to him, and then it took somebody else to say, hey, Corey, we're all human. You just see us on TV. Either he's going to say yay or nay.
Right.
So I went up to him, and man, great friends now.
Right.
You know, but I understand.
And I meet a lot of people like that. I mean, that's how I get a lot of my connections.
Yeah.
You know, when I come home from prison, the only people that I knew was people who used to sell drugs. So, you know, I had to build my whole portfolio over, you know,
right.
with different people.
Right. Because honestly, that's how a lot of the people that I have on my show, who do you know? Who do you think will be able to, you know, want to sit down and have a conversation with?
Right.
You know, it's all based off.
Well, you know, one of my favorite books, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, he talks about building a mastermind group. Where you want to build you a group of people that you surround yourself with that can help you with your goals. And you know, and that's what I try to do, you know, and you never know. So you have to ask people, you know, and I don't have a problem asking people, hey, what you do? You know, they come up, they take a picture with me. My next question is, what you do? You know, what line of work you in? Because I want to know, can I use your services?
I have people all the time say, man, and not the person, but usually somebody that's with me. Why are you always going up to folks saying, what do you do? Mm-hmm. If you want to share that, this is what they'll tell me. If they want to share it, let them share it. I'm like, either you're going to tell me yes or no.
Right.
You know, because at the end of the day, I might have something you want, and you might have something I want.
Right. Well, you know, people say, don't use me, but what they should be saying is don't misuse me. Because if you don't get used, then you can't make no money. So.
Right. Okay. Since you've been here in Nashville, you want to let the viewers know exactly the streaming platform that the fight will be on?
Oh yeah. They can see the fight for free on Little Rock IPTV.com. So the fight will be on there, and it just ain't gonna be the fight. It's gonna be just a multitudes of stuff. Okay. You know, movies that you can't see on Tubi, that you won't see on YouTube. They're gonna be on.
So these are originals.
Original stuff. We're gonna have some other stuff that ain't gonna be original stuff, but we also gonna have originals. We also coming up with original TV series, podcasts. Just everything is gonna be on there. It's gonna be our version of YouTube.
Hey, I'm gonna say it right here first. I'm looking for sponsorship. I'm looking for sponsorship. So hey, anyway, we can help.
We got you. We got you. We're gonna get you on there too. We need you. We need you on there.
I appreciate it. I really do.
We need you on the site. And what we're gonna be doing that none of those other sites are gonna do is we're gonna give you your data. You get to have your data.
Speed.
And you know, data is the new gold.
Speed. So
definitely you want to be on that site.
Okay. One other thing. What about we had talked about? I think we already talked about it.
Snowfall.
Yes. You know, I was kind of, when I heard about it, I'm like, oh man, he should have got a nice little check off that.
Yeah, you would have thought so. I mean, you know, it's just these people just so, man, people are just so funny, you know. And John really shocked me. You know, I was really disappointed in John. I thought that he was a different type of dude, you know. Right. I can't believe that he did it without inviting me in. you know. But the only thing and see, I wrestle with this, right? The only thing I could think that happened, you know, and this is me analyzing, you know, the situation,
Right.
taking the evidence, and I think John went to the network and said, you know what, I got Freeway Rick Ross. I got his story, great story. And they say, we like the story, but we don't want Rick Ross. Because he's going to want ownership. He's going to want the story told a certain way.
Your life.
I met with the 4 most powerful dudes in Hollywood. And they all told me that they didn't want me attached to the piece. They wanted to buy the movie.
That's crazy.
The rights. And I walk away and one of them said, we might let you come on the set. I couldn't do it like that, you know, because I feel that sooner or later, we gotta give a true black crime story, you know. We gotta show the whole story, not,
Right.
They like to show us being vicious and mean and violent and out of control and not able to think, you know, us doing buffoonery, you know, and they don't want to show us in an intelligent way,
Right.
you know, in a way that, no, I ain't killing him because he owed me $300,000.
Right.
And then break down why you don't kill him. See, I had to break down to my guys why we don't kill a guy that owed us $300,000. Because they didn't really understand it. The only thing they thought, man, let's kill this mother. So I had to tell them, like, look, okay, you're right. Let's go with your theory. Because I just sit them at a table and we talk about it. I said, okay, let's go with your theory. He owed us $300,000. We're going to kill him. Who's going to pay the money now?
Nobody.
That money gone for real gone. If he living, it's a possibility. Maybe a slim possibility, but it's still a possibility. But okay, we kill him and we ain't gonna get the money.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? Homicide gonna come in. They gonna do an investigation way tougher than a drug investigation.
Right.
You know, homicide goes to a whole nother level of investigation.
Yeah.
Okay, and then just say if they can place us in the vicinity or so 4 or 5 of us, we all gonna have to get bail.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 50,000, 100,000 a piece.
Right.
That's 400 more thousand we just lost. Then we got to get lawyers. The lawyer gonna want 75, 100,000. So now you talking about you done threw 800,000 behind 300,000. It don't make sense. When we could just keep rolling and tomorrow we're gonna make another couple $100,000.
Let me ask you this. What you're talking about right here, is it in either one of these?
Oh, both of them. Both of those books. Because I felt that our people needed to know that. You know, they need to know, you know, I've heard of people killing somebody over 2 ounces of cocaine or over $10,000 or $5,000. So I thought that they should know the science behind it because there's science behind this.
So were you already incarcerated when these were written?
Yeah. The first one I was incarcerated. The 21 Keys was about my first 6 months out of prison.
Okay.
You know, Coley Crutcher, he wrote me a letter when I was in jail. He had a magazine called Get Money Magazine. Okay. He was like, man, I want to put you on the cover. And I was like, all right, cool. So we built a friendship. And then I told him about my 3 favorite books to read. Okay. And so he read the book. He read those books. And so when I got out of jail, he flew me to New York and we did the magazine, the whole 9 yards. And then he was like, man, I don't want you to leave New York. And I was like, man, I got to go home. I'm on parole. Right. You know, they let me come out for 3 days only. So he said, well, man, can I come to LA and hang out with you? And he came to LA and every morning I got up, you know, me and him got up together. Mm-hmm. And he rode around with me to every meeting. And I look up one day and he's jotting in because he's a writer. Yeah. So he's jotting down there in this thing. I said, man, every time we come out of these meetings, you always jotting on this paper. He said, oh, I just been writing what happened today. I said, you been writing all this stuff down? He's like, yeah. I said, man, that's a book.
Exactly. Wow.
I said, man, people gonna want to know about this stuff. And so we did the book. He called it Riding with Rick. 21 Keys to Success. He named the book everything. I didn't name it.
Dope.
I let him name the book and everything. So we went half on doing that book.
Can you tell the viewers where they can find it?
They can get it at my website, freewayrickyross.com. You also can get it at Amazon, but I wish you wouldn't.
Go straight to the source.
Yeah, go to the source. And why are you going to go to a middleman? Why we want to have a middleman? Man, cut the middleman out. Get rid of him.
Yes.
He's doing no work. He ain't put no money in.
Yes.
He just want to get a cut.
Yes. Man, I do appreciate you taking the time out your day to just sit down and have a discussion with me, man.
I enjoyed it. You know, all my pleasure. Anytime, you know, and I got a lot of stuff. You know, we supposed to go in production on my movie, Independent, in January. You know, all the people who said it wasn't coming out. You know, them 4 people I told you that I met in Hollywood. They say, "Oh, you'll never get it done." I'm getting it done, independent. I'm gonna be a part of it. I'm a producer.
That's what's up.
I'll probably do a little directing, you know, and maybe even a little acting if they want me to. You know, I'm not gonna push my hand on none of it.
Hey, if you need an extra, hey, I'm here.
All right. Well, we gonna have all the stuff will be posted. You know, casting and everything will be posted on my page. So anybody that wants to be a part of it, you know, they can try out. My plan is to go to like 3 or 4 different cities and do casting calls.
Gotcha.
But you know, right now we're doing skits, so you can send your skit in, and somebody you do one of them hell of a skits. You know, you're gonna put you right in the front. So you can send your skits to me at Freeway Rick on Instagram, and Freeway Ricky Ross on Facebook, and Freeway Rick on Twitter. And we're gonna look at your skits and post some good ones. You know, if the good ones come, we get some good stuff. We're gonna post it and let the people see what you do.
That's what's up. Also, you said the second Tuesday of every month you'll be coming down?
Yes, first Tuesday.
First Tuesday, okay.
First Tuesday every month. We'll be here with Country Boxing. You know, we got some great fighters here already, and we're gonna bring some greater ones in. We're gonna make all the stars come in, man. You know, the top dudes, because you know I know some of the top boxers.
Okay.
You know, shout out to Devin Haney, who just won the 147 belt, and Abdullah Mason. You know, are both friends of mine.
Okay.
Abdullah is the youngest belt holder in boxing right now.
Okay.
At the 135, and you know, keep doing it. We're gonna bring some stars here.
Okay.
You know, we're gonna help.
Grow this place.
We're gonna help grow. I mean, this place already growing like weeds.
Yeah.
So, but we're gonna bring some entertainment here, and some of the guys that light it up.
And I appreciate it. Well, guys, this is Corey once again, one half of the Rolling Humidor. Get with you next time. Peace.
Peace.
I can front it, hustling with no days out. This is not stunting, really, we ain't got flaws. I'm smoking in the loft.